Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Cameron taunts Sharon, Adam and Chelsea's guilt trip, and Giddy Phyllis. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal guilt, obsession, and a little fun hit the CBS soap opera. Fall is approaching, and thanks to spoilers for the daytime drama, we know that things will be shaking up in Genoa City. That began this week when Chance, Connor Floyd, left Billy, Jason Thompson, as the lone wolf at Abbott Chancellor. It took Phyllis, Michelle Stafford, a hot second to take advantage of the situation and convince Billy to make her his new COO. In the latest preview video for Y&R, Phyllis takes great pleasure in telling Lily, Crystal Kahlo, her good news. The look on Lily's face is priceless as she responds, "Wow. We can't wait to see these three face off, especially because Lily has Victor, Eric Braden, in her corner." Well, at least that's what he wants her to think. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Case, heads down a very dangerous road that has her covering her tracks with her loved ones. Sharon has been hallucinating Cameron Lyndon Ashby for weeks as he pushes her to accept her inner thoughts. When Cameron comes up with a repulsive idea, Sharon unleashes on him. However, things take a turn as Cameron points out to Sharon that it wasn't his idea. It was hers. This week, Sharon dreamed Cassie, Cameron Grimes, was alive and Daniel, Michael Graziadei, died instead. Because of that dream, the rumor mill is now buzzing that Sharon attempts to kill Daniel or Lucy. Lily Brooks O'Brien, as Sharon embraces her dark side. Now that Chelsea, Melissa Claire Egan, and Adam Mark Grossman finally have Connor, Judah Mackey, home, they are doing everything in their power to help keep his OCD under control. Adam and Chelsea are also dealing with the fallout of their one-night stand, which has ended their relationship with Billy and Sally Courtney Hope. The last thing they expected amid all this chaos was that Connor wants them to reunite. However, the boy insinuates that is his wish when talking to Adam. Connor thinks his parents had something more than Adam had with Sally. In true soap fashion, Chelsea overhears the conversation. The guilt Chelsea and Adam feel is written all over their faces. Meanwhile, Connor has planted the seed of wanting his parents back together. In other Y&R news, Courtney recently reunited with some of her The Bold and the Beautiful family, and you can read all about why here. In the ever-twisting world of the Young and the Restless, the residents of Genoa City are about to face a storm of emotions as secrets, guilt, and vengeance come crashing down. With Cameron Kirsten back in town and his sinister agenda targeting Sharon, the stakes are higher than ever. Meanwhile, Adam and Chelsea are on a collision course with their past mistakes, while Phyllis is riding an unexpected wave of joy that leaves everyone around her uneasy. Cameron's cruel taunts. Sharon Newman thought she had left Cameron Kirsten in the past, but the man who once terrorized her refuses to stay buried. Fresh out of prison and more twisted than ever, Cameron reappears in Sharon's life, determined to wreak havoc. His arrival comes with a string of unsettling encounters designed to break her down emotionally. One morning, as Sharon is opening Crimson Lights, she finds an unmarked envelope slipped under the door. Inside is a photograph of her from years ago, back when Cameron first entered her life, a painful reminder of the trauma she endured. A cryptic note accompanies the photo. "I haven't forgotten you, Sharon. Have you forgotten me?" Shaken but refusing to be rattled, Sharon tries to keep it together, focusing on her family and her job. But Cameron is relentless. He begins to show up at places where Sharon is alone, at the park, at her house, even at the cemetery where Ray is buried. His mere presence feels like a violation, his cold smirk always carrying an undertone of menace. He doesn't need to say much. His silent stare is enough to send chills down Sharon's spine. The tipping point comes when Cameron decides to play his sickest game yet. He leaves a bouquet of flowers on Ray's grave, with a note attached that reads, "Dead men don't get jealous, do they?" Sharon is livid, her grief turning to anger. Cameron's invasion of her most sacred space has crossed a line, and she's not about to let him get away with it. But Cameron thrives on fear, and Sharon knows better than to show him her vulnerability. With help from Nick and Chance, she begins to gather evidence to prove that Cameron's harassment is escalating. Still, A part of her fears that Cameron is always one step ahead, watching, waiting, ready to strike when she least expects it. Adam and Chelsea's guilt trip. Across town, Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson are grappling with a different kind of turmoil, the heavy burden of guilt. Ever since Connor's meltdown over his family being torn apart, both Adam and Chelsea have been haunted by their decisions. While they've both moved on romantically, Adam with Sally and Chelsea trying to rebuild her life, Connor's pain has cast a shadow over everything. Adam, in particular, finds himself plagued by sleepless nights. The echoes of his past mistakes play out in his mind, and though he tries to focus on his work at Newman Media, his thoughts always circle back to the son he feels he's let down. Chelsea, too, is struggling. She's thrown herself into her mental health recovery, but every step forward feels like 2 steps back when she sees how lost Connor is without a stable family unit. The tension between Adam and Chelsea reaches a boiling point when they meet to discuss Connor's school troubles. The boy has been acting out, lashing out at teachers and isolating himself from his friends. As they sit down for coffee, the conversation quickly turns from concern for their son to blame. "I never wanted this for him," Chelsea says, her voice trembling. "I didn't want him to grow up in a broken home." Adam sighs, his expression hardening. "You think I did? You think I wanted any of this? You and I both know we made choices. We can't take them back." Chelsea's eyes flash with anger. "But we can do something now, Adam. We can try to make things right. Or are you too busy chasing after Sally to care?" Her words cut deep, and Adam's guilt flares into frustration. "Don't act like you're some saint in all of this, Chelsea. We both made our mistakes." The argument leaves them both raw, and for the first time in months, Adam feels the full weight of his emotional burden. He knows Chelsea's right. They have to find a way to heal their family, for Connor's sake, if nothing else. But how do you fix something that's been shattered for so long? Giddy Phyllis. While Sharon battles fear and Adam and Chelsea struggle with guilt, Phyllis Summers is on an entirely different emotional wavelength. For once she's giddy, and it's starting to unnerve everyone around her. After months of scheming and plotting, Phyllis has finally emerged victorious in a number of her personal battles. Her plan to take down Diane Jenkins has gone off without a hitch, leaving her rival in a vulnerable position. Jack may be trying to salvage his relationship with Diane, but Phyllis knows she's planted enough seeds of doubt to keep him off balance. Now, with Diane sidelined and Summer back on her side, Phyllis feels like she's walking on air. She's practically glowing, grinning ear to ear as she saunters through the Grand Phoenix, exchanging pleasantries with guests and staff alike. But her high spirits come with a certain manic energy that has her loved ones on edge. Summer, in particular, is worried. She's seen her mother in this state before, on top of the world, right before she takes a nosedive. "Mom," she says one afternoon, pulling Phyllis aside, "you seem happy, really happy. But are you okay?" Phyllis laughs, brushing off her daughter's concerns. "Summer, I've never been better. Everything's finally going my way. I have my hotel, I have you back in my life, and Diane, she's out of the picture. What could possibly go wrong?" But Summer knows her mother's track record. Phyllis's victories often come with a price, and Summer can't shake the feeling that her mother is teetering on the edge of something dangerous. Meanwhile, Jack is keeping a close eye on Phyllis as well. He's torn between his lingering feelings for her and his loyalty to Diane. He can't deny that Phyllis has a point about Diane's past, but he's also aware that Phyllis's obsession with winning could lead her down a dark path. As Phyllis revels in her success, oblivious to the growing concerns around her, she doesn't realize that her giddiness may be masking deeper insecurities. For now she's flying high, but everyone knows that what goes up must come down, and Phyllis's inevitable fall could be as spectacular as her rise. The residents of Geno City are standing on a precipice, with each character facing their own emotional battle. Cameron's cruel games, Adam and Chelsea's unresolved guilt, and Phyllis's manic triumphs all collide, setting the stage for drama that will leave no one untouched. In the world of the young and the restless, nothing stays peaceful for long, and the coming days promise to be as turbulent as ever.